So the last MOT I got, which is a while ago now, but we've not been out on the bike much because of the whole lockdown thing in the winter period, the rear tyre flagged as becoming an advisory. Guys said, oh, there's still life in it, but you need to have a think about it. So we're going to go in and get them changed now, where we can, at a place called Ride and Fit in Paisley. Phoned round, got a couple of quotes, and they were the only ones that actually could supply both tyres. I think they had one of them in and could get the other, whereas the other places were saying that they may have had one, but to get the other one was going to be quite a long time. So the Rose 5 tyre that I've got in the back here, I'm not really sure how much what the mileage is I've got out of that, but it feels like it's worn pretty quickly. And in all honesty, that's probably down to me being a bit sloppy with my tyre pressures. Should really pay more attention to them. So what we're going to do with these tyres is we're going to properly look after them, properly keep them inflated to the right pressures. We're going to zero trip 2 on the odometer, with the idea of just leaving it running for the life of the tyre to see how we get on. And in a couple of months' time I'll come back, maybe do a bit of a gear review on the tyres, how they perform, how the front differs from the rear, if anything, if any. And yeah, we'll do a bit of a gear review on the tyres. So we're just going through a limit just now, going to stop, get some petrol, and then crack on into Paisley, not too far away, get them fitted, have a wee walk round with them on the bike, and then probably jump forward a couple of months, depending on how much riding I get done, and give you an update on how we get on with these. So, got a little bit of technical information up about them. Maybe get a bit of a screen grab from the Michelin webpage, put it up about now, and you can have a look at that, see the stats and the technical stuff. Phenomenal wet performance apparently. Having had a little bit of experience myself with the Michelins, I'm going to stick with them. And feedback to you guys in a couple of months, just how we get on. Right, thanks to Ride and Fit Paisley, we now have a pair of fresh and shiny Michelin Road 5 trails fitted to the bike. And it's not until you kind of see, or it's not until I've seen the new tyres on, I appreciate just how worn the old ones were, because they were right down, clearly. Let's get this bloody glove on. Yeah, so take it easy for the first 100 miles or so, because they'll be slippy. But that's us done and dusted. Ready to keep going another few days, another few thousand miles. And what they gave me was a leaflet from Michelin. If I register within, or by the 31st of July, you can get 30 quid refund on the cost of the tyres, or claim a free digital tyre pressure sensor pack, which I quite like the sound of actually. And I want to make sure that I've got the tyre pressures on these tyres well looked after, because I want to make sure I'm treating the tyres as I should, and in that way be able to give them a fair review, make sure that I'm not doing them a disservice by not looking after them properly. So riding fit, first time I've used them, Murray Street in Paisley. Guys in there really friendly, really efficient. Phoned up last week to try and get some information on whether or not they had some tyres available. They came back to me quite quickly. Comms have been pretty good, they've organised it, sorted it pretty good. Other local garages, whilst nothing wrong in what they've done, couldn't get a set of these Michelin Road 5s. So Brian at Riding Fit managed to confirm that he could get them. Appointment for 2:30 today, turned up. Guy stood at the bike, just basically said, look, go around the corner, get a cup of tea, come back in an hour. Yeah, all was good, can't complain. Everything seems hunky-dory. No shakes, rattles, or rolls or vibrations that shouldn't be there. So they've been fitted properly. Yeah, good. For a first visit and for doing tyres, 5-star rating so far. I think I'll go back to these guys and get them to do my MOT when it's due. So I'll post a link in the description for anybody local who's interested in getting tyres fitted. They do accessories, looks like it as well, exhaust and things like that. Yeah, really can't complain. Good service, local, top notch. The guys in the garage were asking me why I went for these Michelin Road 5s. Well, as we said earlier on, when I was going out to get them fitted, I had a Road 5 on the back from a previous change, and I had a Road 4 on the front. On the VFR that I had before this bike, I had Pilot Road 4s. So the Road 5s, watched a couple of video reviews, Richie Vida. I'm pretty sure I watched one of Richie at the press launch for them. And most recently Andy Mancam. I think coming to the end of the life of the set of Road 5s that he had, did an overall review on them, and yeah, I loved them. And that guy pushes pretty hard, from what I can see in his videos, probably way harder than I will ever do. And if he was happy riding hard in the wet, what have I got to worry about? So that's why we went for them. Michelin, I do tend to stick with brands when I find one that I like. I've actually got Michelin tyres on my mountain bike, Enduro Wilds I think they are. They transformed the mountain bike. In terms of grip level, just phenomenal going round corners, whereas the tyres that came stock on the mountain bike, which were Maxxis tyres, which are good tyres, yeah, the Michelin's outperformed them. I'm looking like a bit like a Michelin man myself at the moment. I probably suit the image somewhat.